So I just saw Black 47, and it was alright, it wasn't great. Anyway, it was directed by Lance Daly, and it was the first film about the famine that wasn't a documentary or a short film. And I thought this film was nothing to shout about. It's not something you have to see in the cinema. You could always wait until it comes on RTE or TG Cahir or whatever. But there are good things to say about this film. And I just want to say, I did learn a bit about the famine when I was in primary school. About the potato blight, and how a lot of Irish people moved to America, how a lot of people died, and so on. And this film is partially accurate. And let's start with the good things. So visually, this film does have good cinematography. It uses a lot of practical effects. I thought it was a bit impressive for the low budget they had. And written-wise, like I said, it's the first feature made about the famine, so that's original. And then you have the characters, and the main character does make some wise decisions. And while the acting didn't blow me away, I was impressed. They did what they could, the actors. And then we have the pacing, and that's the big problem with this film, was the pacing. It did drag, and it's fun to watch this film with popcorn in your hand or something. It's enjoyable to eat sweets, for example, while watching it. But when you just sit there watching this film, it's a bit of a bore. And I saw Mission Impossible Fallout not too long ago, which was a fantastic film, and even though that Mission Impossible was longer than Black 47, Black 47 maybe felt longer. And yeah, what else can I say? The music though, some of the music was beautiful, but some of it, a bit of it was a bit irritating. And you might agree, if you don't like that Irish style of music, well, you might not like the music presented in this film. And if you like Dunkirk, and films that are not very character driven, that are more about the setting and things that actually happened, then you might like this film. In fact, one of the actors, Barry Keoghan, I think it was, he was also in Dunkirk. And what else can I say? The story, it's not that original. I mean, it's a bit of a bland story about these men fighting for their justice. And, well, Hugo Weaving did have his good moments in the film. Well, but like somebody else said, I wasn't that invested in the characters. But in terms of acting, Jim Broadbent, was good in this film. And Hugo Weaving, like I said. But if you want to watch this film just to learn about the famine and to know things that you didn't know before, you're not going to learn very much. And maybe that's a flaw with this film that some will believe. But if you like films that are very Irish, then you would like this film for definite. But visually, it is a bit of a dull film to look at. While I am impressed with what they captured, it can be very dull to look at. Maybe they should have color corrected this film, and in terms of the story, some of the dialogue, well, can be very generic. I want my family to get their justice. Very, very generic. And then you have... Well, I do like what this film is trying to do. It's an Irish film, and to be honest, I don't know... there's a lot of Irish films that aren't perfect, and to be honest, this film is a bit forgettable. It has a good runtime of just 100 minutes, but it's nothing that I'll be rewatching a lot, I have to say. And well, what do you think of this film? I think you should decide for yourself, because, you know, I do like what it's trying to do, but everything about it is just okay. The music is just okay, the acting is just okay. The actors did what they could, but they didn't amaze me. I don't think any of them did. Visually, it's good, but it's a bit dull to look at as well. The story has original aspects as well as unoriginal aspects, and the music can be irritating, but some of it's incredible. And even the pacing, you know, can be good if you're in the right mood. So that's my thoughts on Black 47. Have you seen it? Because a lot of people in Ireland have. Irish films don't make any more than €5 million, so maybe you should go and support this. And what's your favourite Irish film? Mine's? Well, I don't know. Maybe The Quiet Man. It might be my favourite set in Ireland. Also, I have a bit of a cold, if you couldn't tell. It is September. And they could have released this film any month. It didn't have to be September. But that's it. Hope you enjoyed listening. I would have to give this film maybe a 6 out of 10. Maybe a 5. But see what you think.